This is Brian here, and I have squeezed into a tight space to show you that sometimes it's getting off the beaten path is where you want to go. I'm under some bleachers, and it's pretty trashy down here. As you can see, there's steel bottle caps and stuff everywhere, but I've got the E-Trac, and I've got the good old 8x6 SEF coil on there, and I found a mercury dime. It's pretty corroded, so I'll have to wash it with some soap and water and tell what date it is after that. But here's the hole, and it wasn't down very deep at all, probably about an inch. But just goes to show you that even places like this that have been picked over pretty good, if you just go off the beaten path and hit some of the places other people have it, then you'll be rewarded. I'll come back with the next find. Thanks for watching. This is Brian back here with another mercury dime. The 6x8 SEF sniffed out another one. As you can see, it was pretty shallow as well. There's the hole. It's a 1917, pretty tarnished. The coins in this area tend to be pretty tarnished, and this one's awful worn on top of that. But they're shallow here, and this one was just, it was pinpointing off. There's a big piece of iron nearby, but we found it with the old SEF. Love this coil, and I'm also testing the swingy thingy today. I'll kind of give a report on that and what I think. So far I like it. I mean, we've been hunting for a couple hours and not even sore at all. Alright, we'll come back with the next one. This is Brian. My video camera batteries have died, so back to the BlackBerry here for the next however many finds. A very shallow hole here. I thought I was digging a penny signal. It was a 1243. It did kind of have that high squeak, but around here at this park, a lot of the pennies have that high squeak. But as you can see, that's certainly not a penny. It's a mercury dime. And looks like a 1938. I'll come back if I find any more. Thank you. This is Brian back here, and this is why it pays to scan the hole again. I got another beep and just turned over another digger's worth of dirt and found another mercury dime. See if I can get it without causing it too much grief. Oh, we'll have to wash it and see when we get home. There's some dirt over the date, but it looks a little more worn. We'll be back with the next one. This is Brian back here, and I tell you, when those batteries are working, I'm not finding anything, but the instant they die, I go on a roll. Here's another mercury dime. This one was ringing up at 1244, and it was down about 5 inches. I haven't checked the date yet. Yeah, it looks pretty worn. And of course, dirt on it, so we'll wash her up and show it when we get home. We'll come back with the next one. This is Brian back here. The sun's going down. We're almost done, but we've got one more mercury dime for today. Looks to be in pretty good condition. This one I can see a date on. It's 1941. A 1941 mercury dime. The hole wasn't very deep at all. You're looking at about 4 inches is where the coin actually was. Alright, I'm going to make a short sweep back to the car, and if I find anything else in there, I'll come back with you on the BlackBerry cam. Thanks for watching. Sure enough, while walking I'm actually 2 minutes from where I was just previously, and just walking a straight line back to the car, and I convinced another dime to come up out of hiding here. Well, it looks to be a pretty worn mercury. I can't tell for sure. I'll take her home and clean her up and show you guys later on the good camera. Thanks for watching. This is Brian here with the wrap up of the last hunt. First hunt with the swingy thingy. I don't know how it is in your part of the country, but here in Missouri, we've had a pretty easy winter. We've had a couple 60-degree days, and I took advantage of that. Anyway, here's my clad. I didn't count it, getting lazy here. but it's about $6 or $7 worth. I have some items here. A spoon, and this is an older spoon. I'm not sure what it's made of. It doesn't really bend like pewter, so I don't think it's pewter. It looks like it had some sort of plate material on it that rusted off, like a lighter color. I mean, it almost looks like silver plate, but can't say that for sure. But it's an old design spoon, I'd say early 1900s. I got a back of a pocket watch case, and this was a brass or copper one, of course. I broke it a little bit when I dug it, but you know, it's half a case anyway. This, I think, is a door hinge or a bronze brass door something. Metal button, cotter key, junk ring, and I've been calling these things window weights. I think that's what they are. It's a piece of lead with the iron connected to it, and I think they went at the bottom of the windows to make them easier to open or shut. But again, not sure. That's just my guess. I found a 1/2-cent piece. Not a real one. Just looks like somebody took a set of medical shears and cut a penny in half, and I found half of it. Wheat pennies. I only found 6 this time. A completely toasted 1911. I've tried everything on this. I've scrubbed it. I've had peroxide on it, and it just will not come clean. And the rest are all 40s dates. And then I found 8 silver dimes, 1 Roosevelt. It's a 1950. Now this Roosevelt was on the surface. It was a surface find. Don't know whether it dropped out of somebody else's finds pouch or if someone lost it in circulation. It's in pretty good condition. I mean, it's hard to imagine that one being in somebody's pocket. Also, one of the wheats, this one, was a surface find as well. It was just right there on the ground. And they weren't in areas of the site where there's a lot of erosion, so they could have just been shallow targets that worked their way up, or there is a lot of mole activity. A mole could have flipped them up. The rest of the dimes, I've got a 38. This was the one I found under the bleachers. It's got some ugly stain on it. You know, I've never dipped a coin before, but I'm really considering this one. I mean, it's a common date. It's in the 40s, but it'll certainly improve the appearance of it. And same thing with this one. This one's a 27, but it's got that nasty haze on it as well. And it's 27's a better date, but it's not better condition, so it'll certainly improve that one. And this 1917 I found as well has that ugly crust on it. This park, a lot of the targets are pretty shallow, so they get swampy. It doesn't drain very well, and a lot of them have this ugly crust on them. The pennies as well, the cents and the silver dimes. So the other one was a 1919. It's pretty toasted. Another one in the 40s, and then a 1924 that's fairly worn. And I've hit this place several times. Other people hit it several times since the 60s, and it just continues to produce, and shows you what the 6x8 SCF coil and the Minelab E-Trac can really do. Thanks for watching. I'll come back with the next hunt when the weather gives me a break.